So guys, this is another tutorial. The pink hair girl that everybody appreciate. I saw in the comment everybody appreciate it. So I decided to make a cartoon for you to really know how I proceed to achieve my render. So let's start it. First of all, I did make the outline first from the original picture. What I do to do the outlines, I really decrease the original picture, and I take the strokes to really get my outline well. Okay, what we are going to do now is to fill all the colors of the picture right here. You see the picture at the left. We are going to pick all the colors that you see on the left to really match with the second picture that we are going to paint. So first of all, we are going to select the colors from the original image, then use them in order to fill our outline. So let's get it. So now as we already picked the colors from the original image, you can see them aligned. And how I do the colors, you can see it's separated. The colors are really separated. We have the hair color, we have the cloth color, we have the skin color, the lips color, and the eyes, and everything that you need in order to really catch out the details from your cartoon. So now how I proceed, this is the first part, to pick the color to show people that it's not a smudge cartoon. I don't do smudge. I always tell them that I don't do smudge, and that I paint. I take my time to really paint from start to finish. And what are we going to do now? We are going to select we are going to create now a new layer, then select the paint tool in order to fill the outlines based on the colors that we selected first. So let's go, guys. The color fill is almost over now. So what are we going to do? We are going to put some shadows to our image. So the basic color is always almost chosen. Select the shadow part. Then I'm going to brush. I'm going to select my brush, a soft brush. I select the start brush and I go to settings, activate my transfer, shape dynamics. I put it on paint pressure, then I go down to check my transfer if my paint pressure is well checked. Then I'm coming to my drawing. Excuse me, I really missed something there. I'm using a pen tool now, so I'm going to switch it up. I create a new layer on top of the basic image skin color. Then the pen tool always, I'm going to delete it and go to my brush tool. So I almost create a new layer on top of my skin, the basic color of the skin. Then now I'm going to paint lightly. So look at where the shadows are. When you look at the original image, you should have to be very careful about it in order to see where the shadows are. You look at the image, you can pick some shadows there, but you don't have to press it so hard. See, we are going lightly. It has the second part, you can press hard. Now we are going to choose the shadows very lightly. It's almost to select our areas, that I can say. So maybe you can zoom in to see where the shadows are. So here at the nose, I can see some shadows on the nose there. Zoom in, I see some shadows there. You see, look at the original image very well if you want to attempt to really understand the colors location. So I'm going slowly, lightly, so I pen the areas that I see on the original image. You have to be very careful, excuse me. You have to be very careful when you are doing this. You see that? You see? I almost bring something to the image. I'm painting, but I take my time. That is I can say the main quality of painting is patience. Sometimes I can sit down from 6 to 10 hours on the painting to really bring out some good stuff that you can see on my page. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the subscription button. You see that next videos we are going to explain in depth what you don't understand now. So this is one of my favorite cartoons, and probably the favorite of my Facebook friend too. That's what I'm sharing now. So I really take in account any comment that you guys told me in my Facebook page. So you see the process. I'm painting over and over again to really catch what I don't want, and to avoid any mistakes. See, I see shadows there down on the lips. You can see shadows there too when you look at the original image. So select it well. I lost something there. Press pen pressure and I go to opacity. I decrease it. Yeah, if you want to go lightly, the first shadow have to be very light, so you don't have to go you don't have to do more than what you started. You don't have to do more to rush into your art. That's what I want to say. So you see that the nose, I'm locating the nose now. The nose has been located. Take your time. You can locate all the shadow spot that you want. Slowly, and you will get there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to accelerate my painting process, as you guys know how it works. So now we are going to accelerate it to gain time. Now for the second shadow, you have to create a new layer and use the same process, but this time we are going to make a darker color. So we use a lighter shadows for the first time. So you make it more darker on the color palette. You see that the image, our cartoon is going to have more depth inside, and the shadows are getting more darker. That's what I want to tell you. That's what I want to tell you. It's really important to go step by step. First of all, you create a new layer. You make your shadow light to locate the places that you want. Then you go back. After that, you are going to create a new layer for the second shadow, and you'll make it more darker than the previous one. So don't forget, you keep doing the same process of the painting with the skin tone. Remember, when you are going to apply your skin tone or your shadow for that to say, you have to really locate where the shadows are, basing on the original image at the left. You see that all the shadow part, I took my time to really make it more darker than the previous one, and brings out some depth. I didn't start to make the colors right now. What can I say? The lights. I always start with the shadows. The first shadows more lighter, then the second shadows more darker, and maybe you can create a third layer for the darker shadow. So you see that all the parts that I see on the original image, I make them visible on my cartoon. Then now let's bring out some lights. I bring it some lights as the proceed. I choose the light parts on the original image to really paint where the lights are. So on the pressure that you want to post, don't be under pressure to post. See, take your time to really finish your cartoons, and then bring it back to an internet for people to see, and bring some suggestion for you to grow, to really grow. It's all about the growth. If you don't learn, or you don't listen to what people say, it's really irrelevant often to listen, but sometimes it can help you to get where you really want to go, because some suggestion or advices on the internet can make you a better artist, from people that you don't know, and they can say what they feel about your art and how they want you to do it, for people to appreciate well. So you see, I use all my darker shadows. I make my shadows more and more darker. I use the black to cover up all my black parts. So now is the time for us to really bring some light to our cartoon. You can see we cover up all the shadows parts. It's really good, but we have to bring some light to make it more brighter and to catch up with the eyes of the public. So let's get into it. We select this is the same brush preset or same brush settings, but we are going to look up the original image, then pick up the light part. And be careful when you pick up the light part, don't pick up the place that is so bright. Start with the light that comes after the shadows part or the original image. So you see on the image there are 3 more lights. We have our lights that cover up the face, that's the key light. Then the secondary light that add is not the backlight but the secondary highlight, like the nose and under the eyebrows. You can see there's also some light on the lips that bring up some really good value to our image. So we have to take it into account and use the same settings of the brush. So when you paint the brush, make sure that is not the same size that you used. I often decrease and increase my brush size when I work. That gives me some good reflexes. I'm going to show you after in some tutorials how I deal with my keyboard when I do my paintings. So this is it, and I think we appreciate it. we are going to paint the details now. We almost deal with the clothes, the hair. We attack the hair now. If you want to paint the hair, it's very simple. It's the same process. You can check the video of the hair. We have 3 colors of the hair. We have the basic color, shadow and light. Then you can add 2 more layers. The first layer that you add is highlight to make the hair pop, to make it so brilliant. Then the effect. The effect part, the effect shadow is not included on the list of the shadows and lights. I can say it's not included. You cannot create it and make it art and click. If you want to create it, you have to create it separately from the others layers. I don't know if you understand me well. So I'm talking like that. I'm talking so slowly for you to get where I'm going to. And this is it. When you're progressing small, the effect here is going to bring some, I can say, some hair, some small hair to the hair. You see that when the wines take up the hair, there are some particles that it had on the hair. Yeah, okay. So you can use it. You can use the effect layer to really draw outside the hair field to make it somehow. And I did a video on the hair. You can check it. And if you have some questions, don't bother yourself. Feel free to write down on the comments what you think, and we are going to settle it down. So guys, thanks for watching. So this is our final image. This is the final image, but remember, when you proceed to the cartoon, you don't have to rush. Take your time. And the way that I used to do my cartoon, it's always with my soft brush. I always use default brush. I don't download some brushes on the internet, just the default brush on Photoshop, and I do my own settings to bring out what you see on my pages. So So guys, stay blessed and see you next week.